Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my live session. I'm Dr. Adeola Adeyemi. I'm a psychiatrist, a mental fitness coach, and the founder of Talk Mental Health. How are you doing? Welcome to my live session. Tell me your name and where you're joining from. Hi, Steph. Nice to have you here. Tell me your name and where you're joining from. Tell me your name and where you're joining from. I'm Dr. Adeola. I live in the UK. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm a mental fitness coach. And today we're going to be discussing a very important topic on how to manage stress. Okay? So tell me your name and where you're joining from. If you can hear me, please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay? Tell me your name and where. Hi, Stephanie from Nigeria. Nice to have you here. Please drop your questions. Tell me your name and where you're joining from. Kindly share this video. Let people know that we're about to start, because I'm going to be answering all your questions on this live regarding stress, how to manage stress, how to cope with stress, what stress can cause, or what could cause stress, anything stress and your mental health. We're discussing it today. So please share this video, share this live so that people can join, tag your friends, let them come. And I want you to drop your questions in the question box, I think. Yeah, that's what we call it. Question box on the right hand side of your screen. All right. Hello. If you can hear me, say hi. Yep. Did anyone ask me a question yet? No one has asked me a question. So there's a question box, or a bubble we call it, is on the right hand side of your screen. Kindly ask your questions, drop it there so we don't get them mixed up with the comments people drop during the live. All right, today we're going to be delving into why people get stressed and how to manage stress. Right now, I'll start by telling you to stop stressing. Stop stressing. I'm going to ask this question. I'll ask you this question. What is the sign? What's the first sign that tells you that you are stressed? What's the first thing you notice in your body, in your mind, wherever it is, that is an indicator of stress to you? How do you know that you're stressed? How do you know that you're stressed? So tell me. Some people, they feel tired. Some people feel sleepy. Some people can't think straight. Some become irritable. Some become forgetful. We have different signs of stress, but I just want to know if you're aware, because your body tells you when you're stressed. So it's left to you to listen to your body, right? So tell me, what are the signs of stress that you usually experience? Put it in the comments. Steph says tiredness and one-sided headache. Fantastic. Tiredness, fatigue, generalized body pain, and one side. In fact, it feels as if it's always on this left side, because I also have that one-sided headache. And that headache, no matter the number of times you take paracetamol, it won't go until you take proper rest. Am I right, Steph? You know, there's some headache that you take paracetamol. I'm like, it's not, this headache is not it's not paracetamol kind of headache. It's your body's telling you, please just stop. I need you to rest. So that's when you know that you act. Yes, I knew it. It's always on this left side. It's always on this left side. I'll feel it around this side. And that's how I know that, this is becoming too much. I need to slow down. And then I take proper rest, and I switch off my gadgets and go to sleep. Paracetamol won't work. I know, Steph. I know those kind of. So, guys, the question we're asking is that what are the signs of stress for you? Steph says, I had to get Panadol Extra. You just imagine. So is your body telling you? Excuse me. It was your body telling you that you needed to slow down or stop whatever it is you are doing and give it some rest, because our body always tells us whenever we are overwhelmed. It gives us signs mentally, physically. We know, but sometimes we want to push. And the truth is that there's little to which we can push. At some point, the body would start showing you signs. Your body could shut down, God forbid, if you push it to the extreme. So it's very important to know what the signs of stress are, or the symptoms of stress are for you. And immediately you take note of that, then you take a step back and slow down. Sometimes I even tell people you don't have to even wait to have those symptoms before you slow down. You have to ensure that self-care is part of your lifestyle, such that you don't have to get to a point where you're overwhelmed. But life comes with a lot of challenges. There will be times when you have to meet up with some deadlines. There will be times when you have a lot to do. You have to juggle so many things at the same time. And at that point is where you need to remind yourself to slow down. Okay? And that's why I'm on this live today, to teach you how to do that. All right? So guys, if you're just joining, I just ask, what are the symptoms of stress for you? What are the symptoms of stress for you? How do you know when you're overwhelmed or stressed? What are the signs and symptoms that you experience when you're stressed? Steph has told us that she feels tired and has left-sided headache, just like I do. So, and it's the kind of headache that won't leave, or won't be relieved by using paracetamol. Okay? So I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. If you can answer that question, what are the symptoms of stress in your body? How do you know that you're stressed? How do you know? What are the signs and symptoms that your body tells you when you're stressed? Okay. Your sister says it's easier said than done, especially when you have kids. You have to attend to them no matter what. I agree with you. That's why I said sometimes you'll be in a phase of your life where you have to face challenges that are quite enormous. You have to just find a way of dealing with it. And that's why I'm here, Talk Mental Health. My organization, what we do is teach you skills that will help you manage stress effectively. As a matter of fact, your mental health, mental health is defined as your ability to to be able to cope with normal stresses of life. So sometimes as a career mom, you have to juggle career with motherhood and all. And at that phase of your life, it will be overwhelming, right? But of course, you won't always be in that phase of your life. There'll be a time when the kids will become older and they'll be able to take care of themselves. Then you have more time to yourself. But at that point where you feel so overwhelmed, you have to understand what to do and how to distress, so that you don't get yourself worked up or develop mental health issues or physical health problems on account of exposure to chronic stress. All right. So Susan has said sleep issues. Exactly. Sometimes people who are exposed to chronic stress struggle to sleep. You would expect that someone that is tired and exhausted should sleep. But the truth is that when you are exposed to constant stress and your mind is overworked, even while you're trying to rest, you won't be able to sleep. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like if you're sleeping, your mind will not rest. So your mind will continue to work whilst you are asleep, such that if you hear any kind of sound, whatever it is, you're awake and you're in that agitated state. So that's a sign of stress. Thank you, Susan. All right. As a matter of fact, 7 out of 10 people live in a chronic stage of stress. 7 out of 10 people. So if we have like 20 people on this live, so that means about 14 out of 20 of us are actually in that stage where we are chronically exposed to stress, where we are constant exposure to stress. Isn't that alarming? Isn't that alarming? It is. And this is why we need to be aware that stress is part of life. Of course, we know that. It is when it becomes chronic and it appears as if every day you are always tired and exhausted, there's fatigue. Then you need to start thinking of what you can do to manage it. Okay? So this is not the time to say, oh, yes, we understand that soft life is good. But for some of us, soft life might not be the thing now because of the phase of the life that we are. All right? Soft life is good, right? Soft life is good. We want soft life. We want to enjoy our life. We want to fold our hands and enjoy time, freedom, financial freedom, and all those freedoms. you know, not working 9 to 5, enjoy yourself and all. But the truth is that there comes a phase of your life where you have to work hard and you have to juggle career with motherhood, with a lot of things, hustling and, doing more than one job. And that's your phase of life. So peradventure, if that's the phase of life you're in, you're at the right place. Because this is when you need to know how to manage your stress, such that even in the midst of the chaos, having to juggle all of these things, you know what to do to distress and to regulate yourself so that you can be more productive and you can also be on top of your mental and emotional well-being. Is this making sense to us? If it's making sense to us, please let's just put in the comments. It's making sense. I'm enjoying it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Please drop your questions in the question box. I can see that Steph has dropped the question. Thank you, Steph. We'll address it. Stay to the end. Drop your questions in the question box. So, at some point in our lives, there's nothing we can do. Life is stressful. We have to juggle family life with personal life, with career, with everything, right? Thank you, Susan. How do we manage this stress? 7 out of 10 people will be exposed to chronic stress at some point in their life. That's alarming. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. All right? And I am more concerned about the mental effect of, mental health effect or impact of stress. Because I know that stress triggers a lot of mental health issues. Let's not even talk about the disorders. Let's talk about the fact that you can't think clearly when you're stressed. You become forgetful when you're stressed. You become irritable. You have mood swings. Don't tell me about the mood swings. Don't tell me about poor concentration, your ability to focus. In fact, the fact that you procrastinate, you can't focus and get your goals done. You keep pushing it aside and saying you do it tomorrow. You keep procrastinating. It's just because you're stressed. The fact that you keep scrolling endlessly on your phone is a sign of stress. So these are the things that I am more concerned about because I'm a psychiatrist, a mental health coach, and I want you to understand that the reason why you're going through what you're going through, how you're feeling now, is probably because of stress. And you need to know how to manage this so that you can maximize your potential, enjoy your life, be productive, irrespective of the life you're living now. All right? So you need to learn how to manage stress effectively so that you can be on top of your mental health and not the other way around. I don't want your mental health to be on top of you. All right? Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. I hope you stay to the end. Okay? So, and I always like to talk about facts, the science behind stress management, and why we're stressed, what causes stress and all. And, as a psychiatrist, I talk a lot about the brain and all. And there's a part of your brain just in front of you, which is called the prefrontal cortex. That part of your brain is for critical thinking, for executive functioning, decision making, your ability to make the right decision, to solve problems, to think critically, to be creative, to find solutions to problems, to be able to make the right call, right decisions at every point of your life. Is because of that prefrontal cortex. Okay? So it's just right in front, and it whenever you're not stressed, you're able to think logically, no emotions attached. Yes, you're emotional, but you're more logical when you're not stressed, all right? But once you are exposed to chronic stress, constantly stressed, tired, fatigued, your brain, that part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex that I just described now, stopped functioning, right? It stops functioning. And then this other part of your brain right behind, perhaps that's why there's always headache around that place, because maybe there's reduced blood flow to that part of the brain. And also sometimes, Steph, if you're still here, the headache might be, the reason might be because of that. So that part of your brain becomes hyperactive. It's called the amygdala. It's known for emotions regulation, but it becomes hyperactive. So your emotions are all over the place. Labis or doing, sorry, you are stressed out now. Your emotions are all over the place just because you're exposed to chronic stress. And you become irritable, you have mood swings, because your prefrontal cortex is no longer functioning properly, you can't think clearly, you can't make the right decision. So there's impaired judgment. There could be outbursts of anger. There could be compulsive acts. For instance, people that usually would comfort eat, eating junks, craving sugar, and all of those things. It could be because of that. Stress causes comfort eating. All right. So if you're eating a lot of junks, it might be because you're stressed. Because when you're not stressed, you'll be able to think and reason properly and say, oh, this is not healthy for me. And you make the right decision. But when you are overwhelmed, just be like, well, whatever it is, I'm just going to continue to take these junks. I don't care anymore. So you struggle with being able to make the right decision. Sometimes some people can't even stop buying things online when they're stressed. And honestly, I know how it feels when you just buy new things. The dopamine that is released, that makes you feel happy. It's because of stress. So you have to, first of all, understand that the baseline of all of this behavior is because I'm overwhelmed. You wake up in the morning, instead of you feeling refreshed, you're exhausted, you're tired. You're already worn out from your bed. You wake up feeling unrefreshed. And you continue the cycle. You have to still prep the kids for school. You have to get to work. You face traffic and and then you're back again. Perhaps you stay in bed before you go to bed, scroll through your phone, sleep 10 p.m., 11 p.m. if you're lucky, and then wake up around 3 or 4 a.m. You can't continue to live that kind of life. It's exhausting and it's not good for your mental health. It's only a matter of time. You don't want to break down. So you have to start working on ways by which you can manage it. You need to understand what your triggers are. What is causing the stress? Is it work? Is it the traffic situation? Is it me? Are you the one? Because sometimes you have to know whether it's the external factors that are causing the stress or the internal factors. I'll explain in a bit. External factors being things you can't change. For instance, your work situation, maybe your boss might be the one that micromanages you. Maybe your boss is quite demanding and stressing you out. But you can't control that. So that's external factors. Perhaps traffic situation is so bad. You can't control that. That's external factor, right? The kids, you need to take them. You have your children. There's nothing you can do about it. You still have to take care of them. You brought them into this world, right? But the internal factor, that's even the worst one. When people... you're already stressed by the external factors. You're overwhelmed by everything around you. But even you yourself, you're stressing yourself. Having high expectations of yourself, having a lot of perfectionist traits, waiting, you can't delegate. Nobody knows it better than me, so I have to do it. You can't just allow people to help you out. You can't ask for help. Overthinking, right? Saying negative things about yourself, being too critical of yourself. I mean, it's enough that a lot of people out of the world are stressing you out, but you don't have to stress yourself from within. Is this making sense to us? Are we following? I need to know if you're following. So now you need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what is stressing me out? Stop stressing. So you need to ask yourself, and my name is Adeola. Adeola, what is stressing me out? Okay? Susan, ask yourself, what is stressing me out? Is it the external or the internal factors? Am I actually the one causing stress? Because a lot of people will be in that similar situation and they won't feel as much stress as you're feeling. But because you're overthinking matters, you're overanalyzing issues, you can't delegate, you can't, you have high expectations of yourself, set a lot of standards. You can't even, another one is people pleasing. You want to be friends with everyone. You want everybody to like you. You can't set boundaries. You can't say no. You can't, I can go on and on. You are the one stressing yourself. So you see, when that internal factors if you can take hold, or, take charge and take control of that internal factors, then you know that the one that is external is out of your control. And it's easier to manage it, even when you have managed the ones that are internal. All right? So I need us to start changing our perspective of stress. Because many a times we say, this person is stressing me out. Oh, my kids are stressing me out. Oh, it's my husband. Oh, it's my boss. It's my wife, my siblings, or my parents. But you haven't taken the responsibility. You need to take responsibility for what you do to yourself. Overthinking, overanalyzing, people pleasing, not saying no, not setting boundaries. All right? Being too critical of yourself, condemning yourself, saying negative words to yourself. You need to look inward and start working on your inner self. All right? And start looking at the ways by which you are stressing yourself out. Well, until you're able to control your own internal factors, then you can start managing what is happening. In fact, you might not even be able to change what is happening externally. But as long as you can control yourself, then you have your power back. You are in charge and you can manage stress effectively. Is this making sense? Is this making sense to us? Okay. So, if that background that I've given to us about stress management, if we all get it, then honestly, my work is 80% done here today. I just need us to go back from here today, knowing fully well that we need to stop blaming others for the stress we are causing ourselves. You need to stop blaming others for the stress you are causing yourself, because you can't control the external factors, but you can control what goes on inside of you. And you need to start taking charge of the things that happen within you. Take charge, set boundaries, say no, stop pleasing people, know when to stop, when you're pushing yourself, stop setting high standard for yourself, and all of those things. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start. Just do what you can and leave the rest. These are ways by which you can manage stress, to be honest. All right? So, having said all of this, then I'm going to share with you, 4 A's of how to manage stress. If anyone is able to type, that would be nice. But I just want to know if you're following, if you're here. Let me know. By the way, I've got an event coming up in summer, during summer rather. I've got an event, the Mindful Summer Experience, coming up during summer. It is an event where you will be able to renew your mind. It's a virtual event, by the way. You will be able to renew your mind. You'll be able to recharge your mind and reconnect with yourself. So it's happening during summer. Now, all I need you to do is join the wait list. So the registration hasn't come out yet, but I just need you to go to the link in my bio and join the wait list. Or if Mary is here, if you can just drop the link for the event in the comment, that would be nice, so that people can copy and just go and register. It promises to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. It's an opportunity for you to connect with like-minded people. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that would help you. It's just a one-day event. It's virtual, so you have no excuse. As long as you have a phone, a gadget, your phone, a tablet, a laptop, you have internet, you can be there. So all you need to do is join the wait list, so you'll be the first person to hear about it once the registration opens. All right? Mindful Summer Experience happening during summer, and you don't want to miss it. All right? So if you're still here, say hi. I want to know if you're still here with me before I go into the 4 A's of how to manage stress. The first A is avoid. So when I say 4 A's, that means I'm gonna it's an acronym for 4 different words that begins with A. Labis, thank you. Suzanne, thank you. You're here. Sounds lovely. Yes, the summer experience is going to be amazing. So please go to the link in my bio, or if Mary is here, she can drop the link. So wait for her to drop it. However, you can go to the link in my bio, and then you find it there. All right. Avoid. So the first A is avoid. So I'm going to tell you what you need to avoid. You have to avoid people pleasing. You have to avoid saying yes to everyone that comes to you. You have to avoid saying yes to every task that they give to you. Learn to say no. All right. Learn to delegate. Learn to organize your tasks. Learn to ask for help. So what you're trying to avoid is getting yourself overwhelmed, and things that you can control is being able to manage your time, manage your own self. So you have to know when your capacity is full and stop pouring from an empty cup. Okay? So learn to say no, learn to ask for help, learn to delegate, and learn to organize your task. Those 4 things are important under avoid. The second A, are we following? I hope we are. The second A is adapt. So you need to adapt, right? Adapt to life situations. So that adapt is focusing more on the things that are not within your control, the external factors, right? So I always say this: expect nothing, appreciate everything. Honestly, if you can go on with that expect nothing, appreciate everything word or statement, you will no longer feel stressed. So having high expectations of yourself, having high expectations of people around you will drain you. So when I say high expectations of yourself, it doesn't mean you should be laid back or be a mediocre or something. It just means that you will give your best to whatever it is you want to do, but you won't be waiting for it to be perfect, or you won't keep doing and overdoing it just because you feel it's not the best. All right? So you have to expect nothing. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. That will reduce your stress from 100 to 10%. Your stress will automatically reduce. Don't expect anything from anyone. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. It doesn't mean you shouldn't take people accountable. It just means that you are trying to protect yourself. You don't want to get yourself overwhelmed. Yes, you have to make people accountable to some of the decisions they've made to you, perhaps your spouse, your children and all. But at the same time, you have to be able to decipher which one is it that I have to let go at this time. Which one do I need to just not keep asking or keep expecting people to meet certain standards, unrealistic standards, right? So expect nothing, appreciate everything. Focus on what you can control, what is within your control. And then you need to also change your perspective. So when challenges come your way, you need to change your perspective about it. Have a growth mindset and not say, oh, this is too much for me, and think about what can I learn from this? What are the benefits of this difficult time? Why am I overwhelmed? What are the things I can learn? Instead of saying, God, why is this happening to me? What you say, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? That question, that change of question is powerful. It changes your mindset about the whole situation. It helps you to self-regulate. Your body and your brain understands that you're not triggered or overwhelmed by the situation, and your brain starts to function properly in terms of the prefrontal cortex that I explained earlier. So you're able to think about solutions to the problem. All right. So and then the third A is alter. All right. Alter. You need to change your approach. It's similar to adapt. So you need to change your approach to the problem. You need to be able to manage your time. And I find the Pomodoro technique very helpful in time management, whereby I focus on the task for a particular period of time, and then I set another time for where I am able to stretch, relax, walk around, and then come back, instead of having to do a task for 3 or 4 hours, which is not feasible. Most of the time, you're probably scrolling through your phone. So sometimes you have to be realistic. Say yourself, maybe if it's 30 minutes straight up, you can do it. Focus on this task, get it done. Then get up, stretch, get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee, do whatever it is you want to do for another 10 minutes, then come back to the task. It helps you to become more productive. All right? It helps, and your brain, honestly, your brain can only focus on a particular task for, I think it's 4 hours in a day. So you have to maximize that 4 hours of productivity during the day by breaking it down, break the task down, break the time down. You can't do 4 hours on a go. You can't do 4 hours at a stretch. You have to break it down into maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes, focus on a particular task, and then take a break, then come back to it. It helps. So instead of lumping everything up and getting overwhelmed whilst at that, you can break your tasks. That's how you alter, manage your time and all of those things. Does that make sense? Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Is it making sense? If you're just joining, we're talking about how to manage stress. So you need to stop stressing. If you have questions, drop in the question box on the right-hand side of your screen. The last number, sorry, what did I say number? Sorry. The last word is accept. The last word is accept. So you have to accept what you can't change. Thank you, Steph. Let go and forgive. Let go and forgive. Unforgiveness is stressful. Unforgiveness is what? It's stressful. Resentment, envy, jealousy. Think of any negative emotion. It weighs you down. That's a lot of stress. And if you want to have a peaceful mind, if you want to have freedom from your mind, if you want to reduce stress, just let go. Don't hold grudges. Let it go. Forgive. Whether the person has apologized or not, just forgive. Unforgiveness is stressful. And the other time I was saying it, I said it just now, that most of the things that are stressing us, they are not external. It's what we're doing to ourselves. Unforgiveness, holding on to pains of the past, things that have happened in the past, things that are yet to happen in the future, that we get ourselves worried about, stressing up over things that people, nobody has called me today, worrying about people not checking on you, worrying about people not doing the things the way you want it done, just because you're perfectionist. A lot of these things are what weigh us down, and they're stressing us. These are things that we need to start changing. Unforgiveness is very stressful. Very, very stressful. Causes a lot of mental health struggle, because your heart will just be like your palpitations and all. And it's stressful. It's weighing you down. It's causing anxiety. It's causing sleepless nights. It's causing depressive symptoms, mood swings. You're not happy. Why not just let it go? The person that that has wronged you is living their life. They're living their life. They're enjoying themselves. Can't even remember. That's even the. I remember when I was a child, someone did something to me, and I just held that grudge for months. Honestly, by the time I decided to speak to the person had no recollection of what happened. God. Oh my God. I mean, I was just busy holding nonsense grudge that didn't make any sense. The person was not even aware. I was a teenager, and it did not make sense. That's my point. Guys, we need to stop holding onto grudges. We need to stop holding onto unforgiveness. We need to let it go, because it affects us more. If you think you're doing something bad, you're revenging, you're trying to take vengeance, the person that you are holding grudges against, the person is not even aware. The person is living their life. They are enjoying themselves. They are partying. They are laughing. They are living their best life, whilst you are here worried and, weighed down and stressed. On top of the stress of taking care of your family and all, you are also adding that stress. Let it go, please. Free your mind. So I've shared with us 4 A's of managing stress. Number 1 is avoid, let go. Sorry, number 1 is avoid. Avoid people pleasing. Learn to say no. Learn to ask for help. Learn to delegate. Number 2 is avoid, adapt. Adapt, focus on the things you can control. Number 3 is alter, change your approach to life, have growth mindset. And number 4 is accept what you can't change, and let go of things that are not within your control. Forgive people. Okay? All right. So, do you have questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, Steph is saying, I think I'm struggling with communicating with the little research I've done. It might be linked to brain fog. Okay, so when you say communicating, what do you mean? So is that a question, or because it didn't sound like a question, Steph? So are you saying, what question are you asking? Can you rephrase the question? Can you type a question again so that I understand? Yes, I know that sometimes brain fog might brain fog is a sign of stress, and it happens when you become forgetful. You have cognitive problems, you can't think clearly, you become forgetful, right? So if you're saying you can't communicate, how do you mean? Are you internalizing the words? Are you not able to communicate your needs to people? When people offend you, can you not go to them and tell them what they've done to you? So I need to be clear about the question, Steph. So if you can rephrase, it would be nice. All right. Okay, yes, it's a question. Like my brain just goes blank. Yeah. So that's a response to stress. Freeze. We call it freeze response. We have 4 responses to stress. We have the flight, we have the fight, flight, freeze, and fawn response. So fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So freeze is what you're experiencing, Steph. So whereby your mind goes blank, you experience some dissociative symptoms when you're overwhelmed with stress, and so it's a response, a kind of response, and you just need to self-regulate. You can do breathing exercises. You can maybe leave the environment, try go do deep breathing. You can do the 4-7-8 breathing exercise, whereby you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold your breath for 7 seconds, and you exhale for another 8 seconds. That can help calm your nervous system, and you're able to become calm, and then your brain becomes clear, and then you can start communicating again. So that's freeze response. And I know that a lot of us, it happens to us. It's just you becoming aware that this happens. So when it happens, you know what to do. We need to learn to do. I'm going to share with us 6 things we need to do every day. 6 things you need to do every day. Number 1, you have to do breathing exercises. Like, I don't know if they have up to 6. Anyway, 5 or 6. Breathing exercises should be, deep breathing exercise should be part and parcel of what you do, like every day, because we are exposed to stress. So even if you're not aware that you're stressed, if you can see it as something that you do morning, afternoon, and night, it will go a long way to help you regulate your stress and regulate yourself and distress. Okay, so you can prescribe deep breathing exercise for yourself. Do it morning, afternoon, and night. You just, it's not difficult to do. You can do like 2 or 3 rounds, in the morning, do the same in the afternoon, do the same in the evening. It will go a long way to help you. Deep breathing exercises helps a lot to calm your nerve. It helps you to ground yourself, to stay in the moment, and before you know it, you're back to your usual self, despite the overwhelming stress. Another thing you need to learn to do is to give yourself a hug. Sometimes we're too critical of ourselves. I've mentioned that some of the factors that cause stress are internal. So sometimes we are too critical of ourselves, and that's why we are stressed. So sometimes you have to learn to stimulate yourself by gently giving yourself a hug. I know it's good to hug your spouses, your partners, your family and friends. That works. But sometimes you have to also learn to do that to yourself, because what it does is it releases a happy chemical called oxytocin from your brain, which is a love hormone that makes you feel loved. So you have more, it appears as if you're more kind to yourself. You're kinder, you have compassion towards yourself when you do that. And once you practice self-compassion, the more you practice self-compassion, the lesser stress you feel. Because studies have shown that people that are kinder to themselves are less likely to experience stress. So if you're kind and compassionate to yourself, you are less likely to become overwhelmed with stress. All right. So yeah, Steph, I've answered your question. I'm glad that was helpful. So I mentioned deep breathing exercise Hugging yourself, that's number 2. Affirming yourself, you have to affirm yourself every day. Life is already hard. You need to tell yourself that you can make it, you can pull through. And what you need to, the world is filled with so much negativity. And if you're not mindful, if you're not careful, what you feed yourself with is what you will express. So whatever it is you feed your mind and your heart with is what is going to come out of you. So you have to intentionally affirm yourself with positive words. You need to do this daily, like 5 minutes every day, or under your breath at work. I can do it. I am strong. I am bold. I am calm. I embrace peace. I exhale stress. You have to affirm yourself. I have a lot of, I think I have 2 ebooks on affirmations that are free. Come to my DM, come to my, the link in my bio. You see all of these things there. If you're not following me, you won't know so many of these things. On our websites available, just do it and make good use of these things. So that's the 3rd thing you need to do. The 4th thing you need to do is you have to take time off what's it called, internet or your phone. You have to find a way of taking a phone break, internet break. Find time that you will gradually wind down towards evening time when you want to go to bed. You can't continue to scroll whilst you're in bed waiting to sleep. It's not going to work. That's not a good way to sleep. It's poor sleep hygiene. All right. So if you want to sleep well and you want your brain to be calm, you have to switch off your phone 30 minutes before bedtime. Switch off the gadgets and listen to music, or just, reflect about your day before you go to bed. And when you wake up in the morning, don't let your phone be the first thing you pick. I know we're all guilty of this, but honestly, if you can discipline yourself enough to take time off these gadgets, it's going to help you stay calm. You'll become more productive and you won't feel as overwhelmed as you usually are. All right, I think I mentioned 4 things. Another thing that I do is that I reflect a lot. I do a lot of mindful meditation, even if it's just for 5 minutes before bedtime. Just think about how your day has been. What went well? What didn't go well? And write it down. Honestly, journaling, write it down, reflect 5 minutes. It would help you understand yourself better. Self-awareness is important. Self-awareness is what will make you understand that this is the thing that is stressing me out. And then you start thinking of the solution. For instance, you won't know that you've actually said yes when you're supposed to have said no to someone if you didn't take time out to reflect on how your day has been or how your day went. So you need to take time out every day, 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, you have 24 hours in a day. It would be nice for you to spend 5 or 10 minutes with yourself, by yourself, to reflect on how your day went. All right? So you need to think about it. What did I do well today? Applaud yourself, because you need to feel good as well. Celebrate your wins and things that you didn't do well. Oh, Adeola, you should have said no. Oh, you did, and then you forgive yourself. Then you move on, and you know that what you've done today that wasn't good, you won't repeat it tomorrow. But if you continue to live on autopilot, no self-reflection, no self-awareness, nothing, honestly, you won't. You will always be overwhelmed. You will always be overwhelmed. Okay? And then the last thing I think I'm going to share is the importance of exercise, moving our body. Movement is important. If you want to de-stress, you need to move your body. You need to move that body. You need to move it. No. You can't live life without moving your body. There's always a difference. The day I don't go out for my walk or do exercise, it affects my day. My day just slows down. I mean, there's something about it, just gives me that slow, I'll be catching up. But when immediately I go out, I do start my day without exercise. With exercise, honestly, my day is I'm always on fire. Like, the energy I get from that is superb. Like, I always have the runner's high, the energy is always there, and then I'm very productive when I do. So these are ways by which you can manage stress. These are habits that you need to practice daily. It has to become part and parcel of you. Like, you have to do breathing exercise. You have to do mindful meditation. reflect on your day, 5 to 10 minutes, towards bedtime. Take off your phone, take phone breaks as much as you can, exercise. These are things it has to be like reflex for you. Because how do you do life without moving your body? God did not say you just lie down. You have to move your body. You have to move your body. So these are things you need to do. Let it be part and parcel of you. That's on one side. The other side is for you to control what happens within you. Don't forget it, please. Let go of the pains of the past. Let go of the worries of the future. Forgive people. Don't hold on to grudges. Don't have high expectations of anyone. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. Don't please people. Okay? Don't say yes when you mean to say no. Learn to ask for help. Learn to delegate. You don't know it all. So there are people that know it better than you. So ask for help. Don't wait till everything is perfect before you do things. And don't always expect things to be perfect. Okay? Because perfectionism can be stressful as well. So by the time you work on all those inner stuff, you realize that your stress is 80% gone. And then you can now manage external thing. Oh, work stress. You'll be able to, you have strength to face your work. Oh, kids are all over the place. You have the strength to be with them and manage all of those things. All right? So let's stop stressing. Let's stop stressing. The rate at which people are dying from stress is alarming. And it's one of the things that is so dear to my heart. And that's one of the reasons why the Mindful Summer events is coming. We need to start looking at how to support people to be in control such that there won't be, the chaos will not take over. Life is already stressful. You have to be in control of your life such that you know what to do and how to manage so that you thrive despite all that you're going through. The rate at which people are dropping dead and all is alarming. And I'm just here to let you know that you owe it to yourself to be responsible for yourself. You owe it to yourself to be responsible for yourself. Honestly, yes, Odoayo, the kids one is a sweet and tired. It's always it's beautifully challenging. It's beautifully challenging. Motherhood is beautifully challenging. And as a mother, you have to also know when to prioritize yourself. Because your kids want a happy mother. Your children want you to be happy. So if you're not a happy mom, then it's as good as you are no mom, if you get what I mean. They will always, the memories are there for them. They will always remember, oh, mommy is always tired. Mommy is always saying I'm stressed. So you have to learn to say no to them sometimes. Tell them, I can't do this because mommy needs to rest. So let them understand the importance of boundaries from a very early age. Start telling them that mommy needs to take time out to rest. And when you are with them, be there with them. Be present with them. Let them know that, oh, mommy is always happy when she's with us. And sometimes mommy can be sad, that's fine. But when mommy wants to rest, then mommy goes inside and rests. Let them understand. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself worked out and you become cranky. You become an irritable mom. And kids, these things register in their mind. They would always remember you as an irritable mom, which is not good. All right? So we need to start prioritizing self-care. We need to start saying no. We need to start setting healthy boundaries such that we put ourselves first, and we need to stop feeling guilty feeling guilty for taking care of ourselves, because at the end of the day, you are your own responsibility. Your happiness, your care, your health, your well-being is your responsibility. And the truth is, the work that you're holding on to so tight, if God forbid, if anything happens, that work won't stop. Let me say that again. God forbid, if anything happens to you, that work won't stop. So you need to learn how to manage yourself. Sometimes you have to say no, even at work. You have to say no to extra tasks that you think you can't handle. You have to say no, and you have to be able to take good care of yourself. Yes. In fact, I tell people, well, sometimes when I say no, I might feel guilty. I'm going to get comfortable with feeling guilty. If I feel guilty, fine. Yeah, especially if you're just starting to set boundaries, you will feel guilty, and that's fine. I'll feel guilty. But that doesn't mean because I felt guilty, I'm going to be the one to now change and then say yes because I want to please people. What will happen at the end of the day? If I get myself overworked and tired, then what happens to me? Who is going to rescue me when I'm down? All right? So we need to start changing our mindset to, and the truth is that if you think about these relationships, the truth is that if people value your health and well-being, if they love you so dearly, they will not push your boundaries. They will understand that you need to rest. They will appreciate the little you can give. So whoever is not appreciating it, then maybe they're not necessarily going, they should not be in your life, to be honest. They should not be important people in your life, because people that genuinely love you will know that this person is exhausted, this person is tired, this person can't do this, so I need to give them a break. But if they keep complaining, then maybe it's time to say bye to them. You don't have to force it, because at the end of the day, it's your health, it's your well-being. And trust me, sometimes these people might be nowhere to, you might not find them when you need them. They might not be those kind of people that will be there for you. So you have to start changing, start looking at your inner circle and making right changes, surrounding yourself with people that would value your time, value your presence, value your well-being, would appreciate it, your boundaries. They will understand that this is your boundaries, and they will respect your boundaries. All right? Okay? I always tell people the guilt will come, especially if you have never set boundaries. So the guilt will, you've never said no, you've always been a yes person. The guilt will come, and then you get comfortable with it until you start learning. And then the guilt will start reducing as time goes on. If you continue, the guilt will reduce, and that's fine. Okay? All right. Do we have any question? I'm about to round up. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with me. Thank you, Ojoayo. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Mary. So let's not forget that our health and well-being. Our health and well-being is our responsibility. Your health, your well-being is your responsibility. And you have to be on top of it. You have to be in charge. So if you're not following me at talkmental.health, please make sure you follow. If you would like to be a part of the summer experience, go to the link in my bio and join the waitlist. If you want to be the first person to know when the tickets are out to buy them. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend, and hopefully next week I'll be back again on Friday talking about another interesting thing. Bring on your questions. Let people know that this is what we do here. Till I see you in the next live session, in my next video. Be intentional about your mental health. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everyone. Bye. I'm coming. A lot. Okay. All right.